Hello, hello. It is Nioh 3 time. Oh man, I forgot how dope my armor looks. Oh, that's so sick. Okay. Anyways, continue on our platinum run, our live platinum run here. Last time we left off, we were somewhere in the first region, like towards the beginning parts of it. I stopped. I stopped just shy of upgrading. I did some stuff off camera right after that stream ended, but I didn't level up because I realized that there was a trophy to get to level 10, and with the amount of levels I can go, I'll get past level 10. So the first thing we're going to do is get to level 10. Yeah, because I'll be at level 12 after my upgrades, or leveling up, I should say. So, since I am an axe user, most important things are stamina, strength, and constitution. Excuse me, with intellect and magic being good secondaries. Magic is just good for multiple builds, just because you get magic from the soul cores that you can attach, and intellect increases key recovery speed. So that's just always good. So, but I'll be focusing for now on stamina, strength, and constitution with a little bit of intellect and magic. More so intellect than magic for now, because the magic you can get isn't particularly that great, or at least the magic I'm looking for you can't really get right now, so I'll just skip that. So let's see here. How do I want to put this? So I can go up 8 levels. I'm usually someone that kind of likes to divide as much things as evenly as possible amongst what I'm trying to do. So, okay, we'll do 4 on stamina, 2 constitution, and 2 strength. It's really weird, because I've already beaten this game on my main account, and the few set bonuses, or the few armor sets, gear sets that are for specifically the axe, are very odd, because even though stamina is historically been the biggest stat scaler for axe users, the set bonuses need you to have a high strength stat, which I just don't understand the logic at all, because in Nioh 2 they kept it to stamina. They coincided with stamina, which made sense. So I don't know why they went with strength when stamina is your biggest contributor for axe scaling. I just don't get it. It's weird. But anyways, we got our first trophy of the stream, budding talent, get to level 10. I'm gonna stick with the Guhin Guardian Spirit. It's been really great. It has a really fast Guardian Spirit attack. It's very quick. It inflicts the wind debuff, which is nice. And also the damage taken bonus that you get from it is just fantastic. It just always, because it's always active. You just always get minus 4.2% damage from anything that happens to you, and especially these lower levels. That's really nice. So I'm just gonna keep that. Let's see here. I do like this new system with the Kodamas. Like in the past, it was just you just gradually got bonuses from collecting all the Kodamas throughout a region. But now it's like you kind of, first of all, you get to choose, and then secondly, it just feels more gradual, which is nice. So I do like it. And they're all really good bonuses too. Like, they're all very useful. However, I'm gonna stick with increasing the efficacy of the medicine. So I'm gonna start with that. And these bonuses too, for the Jizo bonuses, these are really nice as well too. I'm gonna stick with that. For myself, it doesn't really matter all that much, but yeah. Oh, and the battle scrolls. Yes, the battle scrolls. Man, they need to include more battle scrolls. In future updates. Like, there's already been a few updates that's been mostly focusing on fixing, just some balancing issue, like not issues, but balancing patches and some like fixing bugs and stuff. That's really been all it's been. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to remember. Okay, I remember doing. I should have done all of that already. Yes, I did all of this. So there's a human boss that's over here that I did not fight yet. So I am going to fight him. I don't even know who he is. Like, he has a name, but I don't know who he is at all. I don't know if he's important. I know nothing about this man. Okay, let's see here. Do I have... Dang, I got no... Wait, is it because I have a... Did I not change that? No, I don't have any hairs at all. That's wild. I would have thought I gotten some points, some samurai points or something. But nope. Nothing. Okay. Well then. Okay. Let's go ahead and fight this guy. Yeah, it's just, this is just ridiculous, man. Especially with these like new like martial arts skills and how like your strong attacks get buffed. It's like that was literally made for axe users, because nothing's changed too nothing's changed too much, like too drastically so far with the axe build. I didn't even realize how much little health I had. Like nothing's really changed too much with the axe build, so like, you're still just using strong attacks like most of the time, and like your martial arts skills and stuff. Like that's pretty much what you're doing. Nothing has changed. Especially since this game gives you heaven and earth like right from the get-go. Like what? There we go. And you're dead. So that's that. Yeah, this game has been just such a huge surprise for me in terms of like how much more manageable this game was, as opposed to the previous two games, which in the realm of Souls-likes, as far as like getting the platinum's concerned, apparently like it's a bit on the easier end, and most of the challenge comes from all of the additional non-trophy related content that's available in the game. And that was the case for like both Nioh 1 and 2, and apparently Nioh 2 Nioh fans, amongst us Nioh fans, have kind of decided that Nioh 2 was even easier than Nioh 1, just because of how much more refined it was compared to the first game. And so this game feels even easier, honestly. Like, I think there was like three bosses, I would say, that were like, I would actually consider like, oh, like this is actually like a challenge. Like this is really, really tough. Or maybe four. I think four. I would say four. Like four bosses that like I would not like to fight over and over again. I mean, they're all new bosses, which is good. It's just, I will say, part of the lack of difficulty does stem in the fact that they did bring back a lot of old bosses from Nioh 1 and 2. And so for those that have played Nioh 1 and 2 like me, played them to death, the game's not really hard anymore. Or like a large part of the game isn't that hard because you already know what to do against those bosses. Like for instance, he's not here anymore, but in this little area here, Mezuki was here just roaming around, and he was a boss from Nioh 2. And he was actually like the first boss from Nioh 2 that you fought. And so it was like I fought him like hundreds of times, so I know exactly what to do with him. And like later on, you find other old bosses from previous games. And like I love it because I love nostalgia. But at the same time, it does make it not really that challenging. It just makes it more of like a spectacle or something that's just really cool. Because it's like, I know exactly what to do. Even if they do kind of give them a couple extra moves here and there, I still know what to do. And they don't get remixed that much to where it's like they're a substantially different boss. I mean, Hino and Enma a little bit, but not that much. Not enough to where I'm stressing. So, like, to my surprise, I was beating most bosses in like one try, like first try, or maybe second try, first or second try. A lot of the bosses, even like hard bosses, or not hard, but like bosses that are supposed to be like, you know, big major bosses, like first, second try. And for me, that's not usually that normal. Because I'm not like a professed god gamer or anything. So like it was very weird to be able to pull that off as often as I did. Like it was really a shock for me. But I would say for me the worst bosses, which I don't remember all their names, but the one boss that everybody's having problems with is the human boss in the second region that you fight to close one of the portals. Like he is just not okay. Like he is this game's Toshimitsu or Torimitsu, I forget his name, but Saito. He's Nioh 2's Saito. Like he is an issue. And he needs to get nerfed a little bit. I mean, I beat him. I think I even beat him the first try. I think. Maybe second. But when you fight him again in a side mission, I beat him the first... No, I think I beat him second. I think it took us like second or third time. Because he's part of a gauntlet, which made it more of a struggle. But, like, I'm still beating him without banging my head against the wall. But, like, holy crap. Like, he is an issue. Like, he does not play fair. Like, he is just not playing fair. And, like, there's just... And I don't feel like you have as many tools to stop him as you did in Nioh 2. Like, because honestly, with Nioh 2, it is cheese, but like you can easily just use the cats and the Claybell Reckonings, and you'll be able to stun lock him. Like, so at least you can fight fire with fire. You can fight bullshit with bullshit, but you don't have that in this game. So it's like, what do you do against him? Like, I mean, granted, I didn't have the Sloth Talisman, and so I'll have to try it again with the Sloth Talisman, because I have it now in my other account. I didn't get the Sloth Talisman until like late game, like last region late game. So I don't know if you can get it anytime sooner, but I didn't get it until then, and so he could have been a lot easier if I had found that talisman earlier. But without it, man, it is a struggle. So he's definitely the first one, but I have a feeling they'll probably patch him in some way. Probably nerf him a little bit, because he is just, holy crap, he's a problem. The final boss, the last final endgame boss, I would say he was pretty challenging. It took me a few times to get him, because from what I've been reading, the game really wants you to deflect him more than dodge him. Like, use that deflect mechanic a lot with him, which I'm okay with it. I'm not the best, but I'm okay. So there's that. There's him, but like he wasn't like he took me like maybe 5 or 6 tries. I think, you know, decent amount of times. So it just took me some time. He's definitely a boss where like you do need to learn his pattern, like all his attack moves and his patterns and everything, because he has a pretty healthy health bar on top of that. But granted, I also wasn't focusing on having like a build set, because generally in the first playthrough of Nioh, you don't really need to have one, so I didn't really focus on it. But I feel like maybe I should have, and that would have like definitely had helped. Like if I had been like synergizing and actually creating like a build, like a proper build with like all the right affixes to all the gear slots and everything, it would have been a lot easier. of a situation for me, but I didn't do that. So I'll probably try to do that with this playthrough just to see if there is a noticeable difference. Like maybe I'll grind. Like when I know I'm in the last area, maybe I'll like go back and grind to get what I need. And then come back and then see like, oh yeah, this is yep, this is what you're supposed to do. Because like you really didn't need to do that with Nioh 1 and 2. You really didn't. It would help, but you didn't need to at all. Okay, where was the spot with the... Okay, it's right here. It's gonna be right there. Okay, great. So yeah, it's but he was still a bit of a challenge though. He was definitely like a good final boss. The demon of what was it? Demon of Obsession? It was the last demon out of the 3 that you can find. I didn't like him. He sucked. I died to him a couple times. I did not like him. I would say he's actually challenging. I wouldn't like to fight him over and over again. But because also he's like, I don't know, he has a lot of attacks that just don't. He's hard to stagger. He just doesn't go down. Is he really healthy? Health bar to boot. I don't know. Like out of the 3, he was definitely the hardest. Like definitely the hardest. Which I guess is good because that first demon, I was just wrecking him. Like I beat him first try, and I was like, he barely even got attacks on me. It was weird. Like I was like, this is supposed to be like a secret boss of sorts, and like I'm just like not letting him have a turn at all. It was really weird. So, but it definitely ramped up. Like he was not indicative of how the 3 of them are supposed to be, because the next one right after him, right after that one in the next region was formidably tougher, and then the last one was the hardest for sure. I'll say these guys get a lot harder in New Game Plus. Like it's not even a joke. Like in New Game, these guys are pretty simple. Like I don't really fear these guys at all. But New Game Plus, these guys are way harder because they use more of their electric attacks, which makes things much more complicated. But for now, they're fine. But anyways, yeah, that's the second boss that I have an issue with, is the demon of whatever. I don't know. I think it's demon of Obsession, but I could be wrong. And then there's the demon, not demon, but God, what was this? Let me grab this Chijinko real fast. No, don't move. No. And gotcha. Okay. Yeah, gosh, there was those 2. Oh, there's a human boss. Sorry, not I get, yes, they're a human boss, but they're a human like revenant, like master. It's in the last region, and I don't know their name, but like they're fairly well hidden. It's like actually a fairly well hidden master to find. Like if you weren't paying attention to your map, you could easily skip it or miss it. But the reason what made him tough was because he's an axe user, like me. But the thing is, when you're fighting the bosses that are axe users, they have whole of that hyper armor, just all types of hyper armor, which for axe enemies is not good, because axe users hit like a goddamn truck. So that was the issue for me with him, is like, because I'll have hyper armor or get caught in my combos too, and they're doing the same thing, and so it's like he starts to do a move, with hyper armor while I'm already mid move and I can't get out of it, and so it leads to me getting killed. As a result. So he that guy killed me a good few times just because of that like the way that works. Because with the like for this like that move right there, the heaven and earth move, like I'll do that with hyper armor, but then he'll do a move and he has hyper armor, and it'll take me out because I can't cancel the move. So because I'm committed, because the axe makes you commit to all your attacks. Once you press the button, you're not canceling it. Or at least I don't know. Maybe you can if you switch to like maybe to ninja or something. I don't know. I haven't tried. But if you stick with samurai, you can't get out of it. So that was what ended up killing me. More like pretty much over all those deaths was because of that relationship. So he was a bit of a tougher one because of that. I had to be very careful when I did attacks so that I didn't get caught. And I'm trying to think, who else was like... The Great Tengu was kind of tough. He killed me a couple times, but like, I don't know. Maybe he's more of a problem in New Game Plus, but in New Game, he was almost there. But also because I was like getting caught in a lot of his attacks, and I shouldn't have. Oh, hello. Cool. Anyways, yeah, I think those. I can't think of anyone else. Oh, Okita Soji. I don't know why I know his name, but Okita Soji. He's gonna be an issue if they don't nerf him. He is going to be a problem in later difficulties. Holy crap! Like he has a problem. Like out of all the bosses people complain about that I've been seeing online, like on Reddit, on the Reddit page and all that, it's either Okita Soji or that other boss in the second region, the dual hatchet user. It's usually it's either one or both of them. They are problems. For me, Okita was okay. I beat him like I think my third try, I think, or something. Like I didn't feel like he was like an insurmountable challenge. Like I didn't feel the same way with him that I did with the dual hatchet guy. But I can definitely see him being an issue if they don't do something about him. Which is funny because Nioh has always had a long history of the human bosses being the most troublesome ones. By far. Back in Nioh 1, it was Maria. Like, oh man, Maria. Oh my gosh, Maria was just not okay. And let's see here. Oh, nice. This is like the only reason why I use the ninja. It's just for that. The other guys are weak against fire, so I just use it for that. But yeah, Maria and Nioh 1 was, oh jeez. Well, Maria, Sanada, gosh, what was his name? The Ninja Tonfa guy with the gun sticks. Fucking, what was his? the one-eyed demon, whatever his Date Masamune, I think. Those three, those three, oh my gosh, they were, those guys were absolute nightmares. Just literal nightmares. There was some other ones you had to be careful with as well, admittedly, but nothing compared to those three. They anytime you had to fight them in the depths, or sorry, in the underworld, was just, no, sorry, it was called the abyss. Anytime you had to fight them in the abyss was just, oh my gosh, I just dreaded it. I mean, for those that were using a living weapon build, they were able to melt them. Like, they could melt anything because it was living weapon build was literally broken. I didn't use that though, and I don't even know if axe users could use it correctly. I think you still needed. I think you needed to also be like a sword user or a katana user or something like that. I don't think you could even use it with axe, but I could be wrong. But I don't think you could. But either way, I didn't use living weapon, and so because of that, it was I had to resort to the Tenjin living weapon, what do they call it? The living weapon talisman, or whatever it was called. It was the talisman that invoked your invoked your guardian spirit to do a special attack, and Tenjins would put out like a gust of wind, and it would just knock them down. It would make the character, because it always worked with human characters. It would make them fly in the air and then fall down, and they would stay down for like a second or two, so you can get a what do they call it, like a final blow attack or whatever, but like a special attack when characters were on the ground, and it would do like massive damage, and I would be buffed up like crazy, and it would do like at least a quarter of their health, but a lot of times more than that. But that was literally the only way, especially Maria, but that was like the only way that I could consistently kill them without dying. It was like the only way that I could do it for me, because they were too fast and they would use their buffs too quickly for me to use what I needed to use, or to do what I was normally doing with every other boss. So like, yeah, it wasn't fun. It was not fun at all, but somehow did it. But yeah, anyways, that was Nioh 1. Nioh 2, like I said, Saito was the boss to beat. Like, he was just, my gosh, he was just absolutely a nightmare to fight. And he was head and shoulders, like, I would probably rather fight Nightmare Bringer than fight Saito. He was that much of a problem. But I can't think of anyone else, actually, human or otherwise, that was like at the level of those other three from Nioh 1. Because like when Saito got released, people were just like, what is happening here? Team Ninja, what did you do? What did you do? Why is he here? What did we do to you to make you guys do this to us? Yeah, it was no fun. Also, it's been interesting to see, this game got two different patches this past week. It actually got one yesterday, like a surprise patch yesterday, which was interesting because there was a patch day before that on the game. And yeah, some Ninja users are not happy about that the second patch that they put out. No, the first patch they did this week. Oh, they are not happy. I don't care, because I am a samurai user. I don't care really for the ninja use at all. But from what I've been seeing, ninja users are not happy because it nerfed it. Not a huge nerf, but it did nerf like either a set bonus or some kind of clan bonus for the ninjas or something. and it did nerf it a little bit. But people have been saying like it wasn't even that big of a nerf. Like you can still do bonkers damage even with it, even with the nerf still. So people were just a little unhappy though. But people were saying that Ninja style was like easy mode even regardless, which I wouldn't know. I've never used it. I just like staying with the Nioh that I know, and so I just sticking with the samurai class, and also like the axe is only available for samurai, so there's also that. But yeah, people are just not happy with it, which is funny. It's just funny because like it does not. This particular update did not affect me. There might be one in the future that will directly affect how I play, but that remains. Oh, gee, he saw me. Okay. Yeah. So it's just. Oh well. Oh well, it is what it is. I mean, this game's always done that. Like, oh my gosh, the patches, some of the nerfs they did in Nioh 1 and 2, holy crap. Like, they made some things literally, like, unplayable when they fixed some stuff. And then they also did the same thing with Wolong when that was relevant, when that was, like, the game they were focusing on. They did a lot of nerfs to some of, like, the martial arts skills that you could do in that game. So, like, this isn't the first time they've done that. I mean, it's annoying that they do it, because it's like, this game has never been PvP focused, even though, I don't think this game even has PvP. Nioh 1 did. I don't even know if Nioh 2 had PvP. I don't know, I never actually went to look. I know Nioh 1 did for sure. But yeah, like, Nioh 2... And like, but Nioh's never been a PvP focused game. Like, there's no like PvP subsect of players like in Dark Souls that really do PvP stuff. Like, there really isn't that in Nioh. So it makes it all the more frustrating because it's like it's only affecting one person's game. It's not affecting anyone else's. It's not going to impact anyone else's enjoyment on the game, because you're not fighting other players. So it is definitely frustrating. Like, I would rather them not. I would rather them personally not fix, but not change things like that. Just because it is, I don't know. For me, like, when you finally put the pieces of a build together, especially when you took the time, like, if these kind of things can only happen after you've made a build, like after you've actually taken the time to grind and get all of the pieces that you needed, and then getting all of the special attributes on each gear piece, which that all takes materials, that all takes time. It's not something you can just do quickly. And so you do all of that. You go through all of that work. And then, like, if that's what enables a build to do bonkers damage, to me, I say keep it. Like, why not? Like, you were able to put everything together in a way to where it just completely breaks the game, but like, that's a lot of effort you did to make that happen. So I don't know, in a way I feel like that's like a reward in of itself, because like, you're not going to get like an achievement for it, you're not going to get an in-game accomplishment for it per se. Like, the game's not going to acknowledge, like, with like some special token or something. But seeing that crazy damage on a boss, especially like bosses that were giving you trouble beforehand, I feel like that's a reward in of itself. And so when they kind of nerf things like that, especially when it doesn't affect anybody else, it's kind of like as if you're getting punished for taking advantage of you, just trying to take advantage of the tools that were given to you. So it's just, I don't know. I would say keep it. Ooh, another thing they gotta, I hope that they do in the game with like later updates is like add more of these side missions too. I would really like them to add more side missions. I don't think that there were enough. Like there's just, it's been cool to see people kind of share the same gripes that I have with like the end game of this game. Like people have had the same issues that I have had, which is good because then that means that like I'm not crazy for one. And for two, you know, that hopefully with enough people saying these kind of things that hopefully it'll get seen and they'll actually make the changes. I almost forgot this shrine. Holy crap. How did I almost forget that shrine? But yeah, it's just, I don't know, like, I mean, Neo's Team Ninja's had a history of like improving things like endgame and stuff. So I'm hoping they'll see what we're saying about the current endgame, like how they're handling New Game Plus and things, and take it to heart and make some changes. I did see that they found the if I read it right, they did make a change to that you can transform your gear to anything, even if it's not like if you're a samurai, you can transform it into ninja style gear, which is fantastic, which is what I wanted because the ninja gear looks way cooler than the samurai gear. So if I read that right, I'm hoping that is the case. I haven't tested it myself. But I will when I eventually get back to the game with my main account. I pretty much stopped playing. Oh, cool. Another trophy. I didn't realize I needed that. So cool. Got another trophy while we're at it. But yeah, I'm kind of waiting because I've been following Nioh 3 for quite a while, like just checking to see like, you know, the update, what was the update for, you know, keeping my eye on things like that. Because I'm waiting to see like, I'm waiting for like, you know, that update that actually like changes things meaningfully, or adds some stuff that I can go back and do. That's like kind of what I'm waiting for before I jump back into the game. Because I really don't want to, because like right now it's just not fun, especially the fact that like honestly the first thing that that'll probably make me go back is if they took out the check marks in the open, like for all the objectives in the open world. Like I absolutely hate that. It completely decentivizes me to want to find everything in the game. Like I'm still gonna do it because that's just how I am. But like it just takes away the fun out of it. Like to know like it's like, oh, already got it. It's like I know I already got it. But it's like I still want to find it again even if I get nothing for it. Which that's really like the second thing, like give us something to find them again. Like I just don't understand why they wouldn't do that. Like I don't know, it just feels the way the game is built makes it seem as if they only built it for one playthrough. Like you only get enjoyment out of the first playthrough, which is weird because Nioh's always been about replaying the game again on harder difficulties. And even if the main objective was just to get a better build, you at least got some, you could at least still get some things like skill points and such, you know. Not as much, of course, but you could still get some skill points, you know, as you're playing the game again. So it just felt weird that there's literally nothing that you get in a second playthrough. Like nothing. Even the soul matching. Like that was before, that was restricted to New Game Plus. Like, you couldn't even unlock that until New Game Plus, but now it was available from the very freaking get-go, or at least within our first playthrough. So I don't know, it's like they really focus only on that first playthrough, and there's been very little thought given into what you do after that. In a game that's been known to, part of the point is to actually play the game past the first playthrough. So it's been very odd to see them take this philosophy, which maybe it's because it's been open. It's like an open worldish type game, which is very different than what they've done in the past. But yeah, but it just leaves it very unfulfilling to play the game again. So, but I know I have faith that they'll that they'll work it out, either add some stuff, change some stuff, both. I have faith that they'll be able to do that, and so when they do, that's when I'll definitely be coming back, hopping back on, and having a good time. Okay, so I did clear out everything here. I need to make my way back here, because this is a side entrance. This is a side entrance into this area, but the main entrance is over here. So, I'm going to go back to Tokaido. Okay, let's continue on. Okay. It's very funny having like nothing in your shortcut list for so long. Like, I go through a large part of the game with like nothing. I mean, it's cool that you get like these power pills and steel pills. It is kind of neat that they made a ninjutsu item to something you can find in the world. That's kind of cool. However, I just never used them. Especially once you get like the soul cores to attach and you get the Nioh magic spells instead. It's really you kind of just use that going forward. Oh, I guess I have this. I should probably use that. Probably put that on. Yeah. Whoops, forgot I had that. Yeah, it's just like, I could see like for like a new player, like a new person into the series, I can see how they can be completely enamored with this game. And for those that are trying to view the games objectively, like without taking consideration Nioh 1 and 2 and all that into account, I can absolutely see why this game was getting like 9s and 8s and stuff like that across the board, which it has. And I would say it is deserved. Or deserved. But as a legacy player, I have mixed feelings. Because, man, like, they have changed and remixed so many things. Some for better, some for worse. That it makes it a very tough game for me to say that it is great. Like, it's definitely not perfect. And I don't think it's completely better than Nioh 2. Then again, I'm comparing like Nioh 2 as like, the complete version of Nioh 2 rather than this game, which is definitely going to be a work in progress for probably at least a good year. Especially with, we have 2 confirmed two confirmed expansions that they'll do. Maybe there'll be more, which will be interesting because normally there's 5 difficulties. Like Nioh 1 and 2 had 5 difficulties. You got 2 with the base game, and then they would release 1 with each expansion, which there were 3, and that was the case for both Nioh 1 and 2. But this game they've only said that there's 2 expansions. So I'm curious if there will only be 4 difficulties, or if there will be 5, and they'll release like a 5th one as like just a separate update, or if maybe one of the expansions will come with 2 difficulties instead of 1. So very interesting to see how they'll play that out. But with each of those, they come with like massive update changes, like, and balance changes and tweaks and just a huge amount of changes, like across like every weapon, every play style, spells, ninjutsu, just regular items. They'll nerf things, buff things, add things, take away. Like when it comes to expansion time, holy crap, do they go nuts. So whenever this first expansion comes out, it's going to come along with a patch, and it is going to be pretty game changing. But we also might get, well, we will get other updates as well, and who knows, maybe we'll get another update soon that's going to completely change everything too. Well, maybe we'll get lucky and get an update that'll change the end game the way it even is today, like right now. Maybe they'll update, fix things, change things right now, and not wait to an expansion. Do it, which would be great. You know, maybe they'll hopefully add some additional missions. Additional, like, side missions to find. Additional... what's going on here? What is this for? Why would you need to jump off of here? The heck? There's literally nothing here. Why would you need to jump off? Why would this even be here? There's nothing to do. Because, like, okay, I guess if you came from here, from this way, snuck through, got into this house, and they got up here, I guess you could do like a jumping attack, but like that's so much work. Okay, anyways. But yeah, maybe we'll get an update that'll add like more battle scrolls missions that you can find. Maybe some more just like myths that we can interact with and do. You know, like that would be fantastic. Which they've done in the past. Both Nioh 1 and 2, they did add additional missions to the game. So, you know, there's no reason why they wouldn't do it again. Because holy crap, this game could do with some additional missions. That would be nice. Okay, there's a... I know... Oh, there it is. I personally would just want them to... Like, I mean, that'd be nice, but the things that I would want more than anything else would be... to make it to where we could get additional skill points. Or, yeah, skill points, and also, like, increase our samurai, like, increase our skill capacities. That would be great, because I feel like that's going to be needed for later playthroughs. I feel like we're going to need that. And it'd be great to, even if it was half, like, not even, like, every spot that you would normally find, you know, like an item to increase your capacity, or increase, you know, or just, like, increase your skill point. Like, not even all of them, just, like, if you made it half, like half the spots still had their skill point or whatever that you could get, even that would be great. Even that would be great. But just like some like additional, cause I'm like looking at it now and I'm thinking like you unlock so many like secret skill arts and just yeah, secret skill arts in particular. Like you unlock so many. There's so many to choose from. From the samurai, the general, and the ninja, you know, lists, that I'm just like, when you're done with the game, you get like 30, you're 33 or something like that generally, or something like 30 to 33 or 34, and I'm looking at the list, I'm thinking like, there's still so many more. I'm thinking like this is not. I don't think this is going to be good. This is going to be enough. Like on that fourth playthrough, and like with whatever end game mode that they'll probably put in, which they have before, which I'm sure they'll do it again. So I'm just like, there needs to be a way to let us have more. There has to be. I hope there is. I'm saying like we're gonna have a bad time. Otherwise, it's just like we're not gonna have enough tools to combat the challenges that are gonna come with the later difficulties. And it also would be nice to just get more skill points, just because like it's just kind of nice to fill out more skill trees. Like I just wish they would do that. Like Nioh never done that. Like you get a you do get a decent amount, and you actually do get some additional skill points in like select missions, even up into like the last difficulties, which is cool. But it would be nice if we could get more. It would just be kind of cool just to be able to like just be able to fill out every skill tree. It just would be nice. You know, it's not hurting no one. It's not hurting no one, but it would be nice just to be able to fill it out. Like it would just fill my completionist brain. It would just make it very, very happy. But like that's just like a little bit thing. But yeah, if they could just, if they would add just add more battle scrolls, add more myths. Let us increase our skill capacity. Take away the check marks off of the freaking open world map. To completely remove that. Leave them completely open until we find it again. Then put the check mark on. That'd be great. Yeah, I think those are like the most pressing things for me. Like add everything else. Just add more stuff to do. Add more missions. Add more battle scrolls. Add more myths. Remove the check marks off the open world map. And let us increase our skill capacity. I mean, as like an extra, it'd be dope if they could add if they could add like additional skills, like new game plus skills to find. That would be really cool. But like that's just like a hopeful thing. I'm not like really wishing for that too strongly. Like I wouldn't cry about it if they didn't. But they'll probably do that with like in the DLC areas that we'll get. But otherwise, like it's like whatever. I won't really be too upset about that. But what we will get is additional armor sets, which will, you know, open up different potential builds, which would be cool. I'm hoping that we'll get at least another axe build that we could possibly play around with, because I mean, axe has never had a lot to begin with. Like, it just never, or at least I should say, it never had a lot of feasible ones. Like there's always been like 2 until you get to the end game, like late, you know, all the playthroughs and like real deep end game, and you're playing with the Graces. But like, there's only been 2. It's been Kataro and Obsidian, and we don't even have Obsidian right now. We'll probably get it in a. I hope we get it in a DLC. I hope, and I hope that it'll scale with stamina rather than freaking strength, like Kentaro does, which is really dumb. But for now, it's like it's Kentaro, and then I don't know, maybe there's another one that I haven't seen yet. But for now, it's a Kentaro, and then like some mix with Graces. Like for now, like at the moment, I have on my main account, I have a Kentaro, the full Kentaro set, because I haven't gotten to the end, I haven't beaten it to where I got a Yaksakani Magatama. So for now, I'm running a full Kentaro. And I'm running like a 3-piece, gosh, what grace is it? I forget. It's one of those graces. It's a grace that gives you like an effect duration with something else. Can't remember what it was. Because I was thinking, oh, that'll help with the Omnio magic that I have. So that's what I'm just running for now. It's nothing crazy. But like, that's all you can really do with Axe. You don't have a whole lot of tools to play with on the Axe. But it's okay. It's okay. Oh, so I do like how I find it fun. I mean, it's funny for those that need it, but like it is interesting how you can actually just skip some crucibles, some lesser crucible. Like you can skip this one. You do not need to do this. I mean, you should, but you don't have to do that. You can go over here. You can go over here. Well, I don't know if you could work over here. Nope. No, okay, not over here. But you can go the other way into the grass fields, and you can completely subvert this entire lesser crucible. Just completely skip it, which is funny. And that's actually not the only crucible that you can skip. And I just find it interesting that you can even do it. I mean, it's nice. It gives, you know, some player freedom and whatnot. But yeah, I find it interesting. The only thing that sucks, though, which I wish they would have been able to find a way to implement this, because it does feel like a bit of an oversight. I don't know. It doesn't. I don't think it's intentional. I think it's a bit of an oversight. But if you subvert a Lesser Crucible and you get to the other side of it, you can't enter it from the other side, which I just find a bit interesting. Because there was one that I didn't mean to purposely skip it. I was just going an alternate route because there was two paths. One led to the Crucible. The other one led... I mean, you ended up in the same destination. It was just left or right to get there. I took a different path. And I was like, oh, okay, so I'll go back the other way, through the back way, and get to the Crucible and take care of that. But I couldn't enter it because you can't enter the Crucible from the other way. And I just wish that they had, like, I wish they had been able to figure out a way to know if the player is approaching it from the front or the back, and then created an opening, made the opening on the other side, depending on where you're coming at it from. That would have been really nice, because then I had to go all the way back to the front of it to enter it. And I was just thinking, like, this feels like a missed opportunity. But, oh well. But I will say, now that we're here, this is the main path. This is the main road. But anyways, yeah. So you can see, like, this is the Crucible. This is the whole Lesser Crucible right here. You can just jump over here and just skip it. But as you can see, like, that's closed. You can't enter it from that side. So if you want to get into this Crucible, you have to go into it from there. I just feel like they could have figured out a way to make it to where you enter from there, or entered it from here, so that you could do it. But I don't know. Maybe they'll notice it and they'll maybe do it in a patch or something, which would be neat. It just gives players just more opportunity, just more freedom to just tackle it however they want to, But is what it is. But we are on the main path now, because we have this whole route, and then once we enter it, we'll actually be in the first major Crucible. Okay, you son of a bitch. Okay, you. Okay, we'll be in the first major Crucible of the game, and then we'll have like our first like major boss fight to do. And I'm trying to think, like, do I want to level up and upgrade things? I'll probably upgrade my armor as soon as I get into the Crucible. Not upgrade my armor, but change my armor as soon as we enter the first Crucible. Because I think I'm okay for now. And this armor also just looks sick as hell. Like, I didn't put this armor on in my main account playthrough, So I did not know how dope this looked, but yeah, I'm just gonna keep this on as long as I can. Okay, can I make this jump? Let's see. Yes, I can. Cool. I'm just like circumventing this whole area here. I don't. You know what? No, I'll do this in a second because technically you want to enter that house from the inside and then do all that. Okay. There we go. All right. You know, one thing that's been kind of disappointing to see or hear or read about with this game is that people who are playing it, I don't know if they're new players or old players, but players in general have been kind of saying that there's still not enough enemy variety in the game, which is like, man. I mean, I guess I can kind of see it if we're strictly looking at new yokai in the game, like whether they're bosses or not, which that's like a whole other conversation, but I guess they're right. Yeah, I guess if you're looking at it objectively, they are correct. If you're looking at yokai in general, there's a pretty good variety. However, they did omit some, which just is baffling to me. Because with Nioh 2, not only did you get all of the new yokai that they introduced, but like every enemy from Nioh 1 was back. At all of them, DLC or otherwise, they were all back. They didn't. No one was left out. And so it was interesting that they actually omitted some enemies in this game. Like, gosh, there was one. Like, the Namahage are not here, and that's crazy. Because they're one of the more formidable enemies in Nioh. Like, in Nioh 1, they were practically fucking mini-bosses. Nioh 2, I mean, they were still dangerous. Not to the level of Nioh 1, but they were still dangerous. And you still had to, like, be careful with them. But, like, them not being in the game is weird. There was another enemy, too, that's not here. God, what is it? Dang it, it's not coming to me. But there was another enemy that people were calling out that wasn't in the game either. And I was like, oh yeah, they're not here. But the Namahage in particular, they were the major omission. And I was just like, what? Gosh, I can't remember who it was. But, oh well. Anyways, it's just like, you know, there's some enemies that are just missing, so it's weird that they were able to include literally every enemy in the game. And I guess we did get some nice new enemies, like, you know, the mermaids in Nioh, like in the second region. They're really cool. You know, they really are cool, and I think it's a nice, clever design and everything. But I guess it's just, I mean, I don't know what people were like hoping for, because people have been complaining about Nioh's enemy variety from like the very first game. Like, it has been an incessant problem for Team Ninja since like the first game. And I don't know what they can do about it. I don't know. Maybe their team isn't big enough, you know, to be able to have literally like maybe it's not so much that it's different enemy variety. It's just like not repeating the enemies so soon. You know, um, that might be it. You know, like that could be the issue. I honestly don't know. Like what they can do about it. Usually by the time the DLCs are out, people start complaining. But again, yeah, I don't know what they can do. Like 3 games in, they're still having this complaint. I think it also could be an issue because of the way they handle enemies in the first place. They tend to like almost region lock enemies in a way. Okay, you son of a bitch. Okay, you were annoying me. Anywho, yeah, like they've always like region locked enemies in a way, or like in the previous games they would like level lock them, so like you would only find certain enemies in certain levels, or like you wouldn't find them again until later. Like I don't know, it was just like instead of just unleashing all the enemies in like levels, it was only a couple per level. And so I guess it could feel like you're fighting the same enemies over and over again. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just their philosophy for enemy placement, and that's what leads to people, you know, feeling like they're fighting the same things over and over again. Because I will say, I mean, if I have to be honest with myself, I will say, yeah, you do fight a lot of Gakis throughout the entire game. You fight a lot of these farmer, I forget their names, like it starts with the N. You fight a lot of them. You know, maybe too many of them throughout the game. And the Jailer Onis, people really don't like the Jailer Onis anymore because they show up in every region. Yeah, they're slightly different, but yeah, people are not happy with those. There's so many of them. Like the Jailer Onis are this game's Gakis because there's so many. Or like gosh, this game's Skeleton War, or the first game's Skeleton Warriors, because those things were overused too in Nioh 1. So yeah, it's just they can't catch a break. Which is, I mean, some of I see it, I can see it. I don't particularly care enough. Like it doesn't bother me that much, honestly. Because if anything, it does. The repetition at least makes you have to understand the enemies and get comfortable with them and learn how to fight them. So like if there was anything to take from it, it's at least like you're gonna know these enemies. At the very least. You are going to learn them. You're gonna learn exactly what to do with them. You know. Which can help. I mean, I guess for a first time, like if you only plan to play this game one time, then yes, obviously, like it's not going to do you any good. But for someone who's like me, or like a lot of Nioh veterans who we are fully expecting to play this game more than once, like, you know, we're waiting for like all the difficulty to be opened up, waiting for like whatever endgame mode they're going to include. You know, like we're prepared to sink hundreds of hours in this game. It actually helps us get very comfortable and acquainted with the boss. You know, with each boss, with each enemy, especially like the harder enemies, to learn them front and back, to know every move that they do, when they'll do them, you know, what combos they like to do, how like the game has them open up, like when you start, like what attack they'll do right away. You know, so like just getting that repetition, that forced repetition, does help in that regard, so that nothing's really gonna scare you or surprise you. Even like the enemies you dread, you may still dread them, but at least you'll know what they'll do. You know, it's like I might hate fighting Sight though, but at least I know what all his moves do. It may not help me necessarily beat him, but at least I'm not scared in the sense of like I'm not scared of the unknown. Like I know exactly what he's gonna do. I know what each combo does. I know what when like the high power armor shows up. I know everything with the guy. You know, because with games like this, half the battle or half the challenge is knowing just what the heck the boss does. Well, we got that done. That myth is done. I could have done that way sooner, but I decided to just wait till I got to this area properly. I was here earlier, but I was coming in from an opposite direction, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted to come in from like the, I guess you could say, intended direction. Gosh, those misses were embarrassing. And my goodness, the amount of goddamn Kappa turtles. Those Kappas, man. Like, in the past games, they would show up like maybe every couple levels. Or every few levels. Like, sometimes you would go a while without running into them. Like, several missions without running into them. And now, like, they are just... I feel like they're everywhere now. Which I guess isn't necessarily bad, because, like, you know, you get a lot of loot from them. Like, you get several pieces of loot every time you kill them. But, jeez, man, like, I just feel like they are just everywhere. And, like, a lot... I mean, at least they're not as annoying. Like, they're not in as many annoying spots. Because in the past, man, they would just put those bastards in just the worst spots. The most inconvenient spots. Like, in spots where you could tell they are just baiting you. Like, the devs are just like... They're just like, go on. Do it. I dare you. Go ahead and do it. You know you want to. Like, they just felt like they were just baiting you so hard. Okay, and also this little section here, holy crap, did they nerf it from the demo? Like, this spot was very hard in the demo, because it wasn't this enemy. It wasn't this regular Yoki. It was one of those, it was that wolf enemy. And I could have sworn that there were two of them. I could be wrong, but I could have sworn it was two. So, like, when I eventually did beat it in the demo. I did eventually beat it. It took me a few tries. It was beating my butt in the demo. I think it was in the first demo too. I don't even think it was in the second, but I think it was in the first, like in the alpha test. But I remember that like that was really hard. And then I was totally prepared to have to deal with that in this final build. And then I find out that they changed it, and I'm like, oh, that had to have been a direct result of like players' feedback and stuff, because I had imagined a lot of people were dying. Like, we're dying a lot to that guy. Okay. think we can now move on and like just progress ahead, like fully ahead. Yeah, I think we're good now. Now it's just all linear from now. Yeah, because I can't. This whole spot is cleared, but I can't do this because I need that, and I need a certain guardian spirit, which I'm not going to get until the next region. And this, I think I don't get this until the end of this region. I think. I can't remember. This area will open up later, and yeah, everything else is gotten. So yeah, we're good. We are good. But yeah, like okay, like so with the second, like when you're doing New Game Plus, the thing that I hate is that what they did was, so they brought, so all the icons that you see here on the map, they are lit up again, like they're white and stuff, but the check mark is still there to like indicate you already got it before, which I guess is because like the game doesn't give you more buffs, or like for instance like the Kodama, you don't get additional Kodama merit for finding it again in New Game Plus, which is kind of a bummer. I felt like they could have like increased the upper limit for the buffs that you can get with the Kodamas. So I'm like, I don't know why you just stopped it there. Like it felt just, I don't know, it just feels weird. But anyways, like that's why the check mark is there. But I hate that the check mark is there. Like I just want them to remove the check marks. Remove the check marks, light them up again. Even if it doesn't get you anything, fine. Like that's I still hate that, but like fine. But at least give me back the sense of like me clearing out the the open world again. You know? Like it just feels, it takes away the little bit that was left, the little bit of enjoyment that you got left from even trying to find these again. Because it just feels like it's actively telling you not to find them again. Like it's telling you actively, it's not worth it, you already found it, because we already have it checked off for you. I don't know, like I wish there was like a toggle, or like just, I don't know, make it a toggle. Like, just make it, just put something in to where I can, at least pretend in my head that I'm finding them again. Even if I'm getting nothing for it. Like, I don't know, just at least give me the just the feeling of like clearing off the field. At least give me that much. And now we got Yazu. Hey, Grandpa. I feel like it would have been really cool if they had found a way to incorporate Nioh 1 and 2 into this game. That would have been so cool, especially with this being a time traveling game and all. Man, that would have been so dope. Because like in Nioh 2, when you're playing the game, it feels self-contained, which is fine, which is great. Like it's still a good game, it's still a good story. I like it. But then after the game, you get to that climax, and you're kind of doing like the resolution part of the game, and you freaking run into and you start fighting William from Nioh 1. Like that was the loop. Like as far as Nioh fans are concerned, that was the loop of the century. That was that was one of the best moments ever for me. That it was so sick. Oh, now I found a new ninjutsu. This whole game I haven't found any ninjutsu until now. That's kind of interesting. But anyways, but yeah, like oh my gosh, fighting William from Nioh 1. Like for all the Nioh 1 players that were playing Nioh 2. Oh man, that was like a splooge moment right there to see that happen. Oh my gosh, that was so freaking awesome. And then you find like and then they incorporate him into Nioh 1 or Nioh 2, which was sick. Which also made some sense because if you play Nioh 1, you play the DLCs in Nioh 1, you would find that he came back a good time later, like what was it, like 10 years later or something like that. So it makes sense that he's kind of involved because he came back to Japan. So it made perfect sense in a way, timeline-wise. But either way, this would have been cool, especially with the game doing time travel, to have you interact with them. I don't know. I don't know how they would have done it, but it would have been cool all the same. Maybe not for Nioh 2 with Hideyoshi, but at least with William to just I don't know, find a way to drag him into this again to like have him stop what was happening. Going on. Like, oh, it just would have been so cool. I don't really care how they would have done it. It just would have been awesome. That's really all I care about. That's really all I care about. It just would have been so awesome. Okay, so now we actually have some capacity, skill capacity with skills. So I'm actually going to put a few of these on. Okay, I don't need that one, but... Okay, life restored by elixirs by 15%. That's actually really good. Well, I can put all three of these on. Yeah, increase attack by 5. 50% extra health, or recovery on health. And get 4% increase Amrita. Which isn't huge, but hey, every little bit helps. Recover. Okay, I don't really care about that. Include flag. Yep, we want that. Yup, that's great for me. Cool. And I already put some of this stuff on. Interesting. Huh. Okay. So now we have all that. We're good there. Change spirit again. I can't change anything. Level up. I don't want to level up just yet. I'm going to level up before the boss. I will level up before fighting the boss. But I will change out my armor. With me upgrading earlier, hopefully I can put some better stuff on. Oh wow. 19 to 30. Even if I can't use the effects, I still get the defense, the increased defense. Oh wow, 56 to 82. Wow. I don't know if I'm going to put something that heavy though. Because I don't know how much to work with after that. Nah, F it. Okay, we'll put that on. Yeah, put that on. Yeah, I can't change that too much. Yeah, it's not even worth it. Oh, hello. Ooh, maybe now I can. Oh, so close. So close. Because you really don't want to be in the C range agility. It just doesn't help. But anyways, we have a lot of extra charms we can use. Ooh. I'll put that on because I need a crucible weapon for a trophy anyways. So if I can, hopefully I'll get one while I'm in there. Key recovery. Actually, that's actually really nice. I should use that. Yeah, key recovery. And more Amrita in the crucible, which I'm about to enter. So basically a win-win. No better axe still, huh? Ooh, the high attack extra damage though. Does that actually, but does that level out though? Because I don't think it does. Yeah, I don't think it does. I still have the best bow I can use still. So, alright. We are as ready as we can be. Let's go talk to the Sudama real quick. Because these little guys actually sell some good stuff. These things. Now the craft guides, not so much. Those are just kind of just whatever. But they'll sell secret skills. I think every single Sodama that you find in the game, which there's multiple throughout the game, they'll always have like a secret skill or some kind of like warrior text or ninjutsu text or whatever, samurai text that you can buy. And the texts, the samurai decks and stuff, they'll increase your capacity, while these secret skills allow you to get skills. These are just like whatever. These are kind of like extras, you know. I buy them just to fill out the things that you can craft. That's really all they are, just crafting. But here, okay, this one isn't selling anything good right now, but there are other ones that do sell some good stuff. But not so much those. Not that one. But it don't matter, it's fine. But here we go. Time to enter our first crucible. Alright. Let us begin. First crucible. I will say, doing this in, like, when I was going through this in the demo, like, especially the demo, the alpha demo, oh man, like, that was actually a really good moment for me. Like, I really enjoyed doing this crucible. Because this, it was probably because this felt like regular Nioh to me. This, you know, like the linear, is very linear. You're going on like there's only one, you know, set path and all that, which is what Nioh 1 and 2 were all about. That might have been why, but I don't know. It just felt so cool, so new, and it's decently long too, especially for a new player. Like it is decently long, even with me gone through this a few times now and knowing pretty much what's going to happen. Where everything is, what to do. It will still take at least 20 minutes. Which is not bad, but like for a first time play, like I think it took me like 40 maybe? 30 to 40? Which is pretty cool. You know, it was really good. It felt, you know, it felt substantial. I mean, that could also have been in part because of the fact that they didn't let you use an axe in the demo, or at least in the alpha demo. Ooh, I forgot to use my skill points. I completely forgot to use my skill points. It is okay. If I die, I will... If I die before the boss, I'll go and use them. If I make it all the way to the boss, I'll use them before I fight the boss. But yeah, that's what I did. Because there are a couple... There's a few skills that I need to kind of like play, like for my intended play style. I mean, I won't be able to get rage at the moment because I need to do dojo training for that. Or I guess this game calls it mentor training or something now. But I need to do one of those first before I can unlock rage. So I know I'm not getting that, but there's two that I'm looking for. But I don't remember remember if I can get them just yet. I hope I can. But we'll see. Oh, also, this Crucible had the end of the Crucible, towards the end of it, had another big change compared to the demos. Like, there was only 2 spots that I noticed, like, I noticed a big change, like, enemy change in between the demo and the final game. The first one was earlier in that little house when you went underground, and you fought a Yoki instead of, like, the wolf yokai. The second one was here, where you get towards the end, and you have to fight, I don't know what it's called, but it looks like an actual, like, ghost, like a flying ghost yokai. I don't remember what was there before, though. I honestly cannot recall what was there before. But either way, you fight. That's what you fight now, and I don't like that yokai, and it could honestly just be because I'm an axe user, and maybe it's just like it's just better against axe users. But holy crap, that enemy, I don't like him. Like, that guy was killing me a few times. Do not like that guy. But I can't remember what was there before. But whatever was there before, it was much easier to fight. Like, I'm better against them now. But it took me a while. Like, that was like the one, I guess, regular, like, non-boss enemy that I was like, oh jeez, okay, I actually have to, like, prepare for you. Ah, jeez. Oh, I forgot to shoot the... Crap. I forgot. You can shoot. So this guy up here, you can shoot him earlier. I forgot to take him out, but it's okay. It's alright. Yeah, like the one thing I'm looking to find is there's this move, I forget what it's called. But there's a skill where after I use a heavy attack, I can follow it up immediately with another, like with a skill. Which is really nice, because I didn't used to be able to do that in the other Nioh games. At least I didn't think you could. I think that skill was... It looks like a familiar skill. But I could have swore it was a... a low stance, like, exclusive move. So, I don't know, I'll have to, maybe I'll have to go back to Nioh 2, just to see. Because it does make me curious, because, like, I was thinking, like, that skill, I know that skill, I never used that skill in Nioh 1 and 2. But, like, it's a staple for me now, in this game. So, I don't know, maybe I skipped something before? Like, I could be wrong. I have no idea anymore. All I know is I didn't use it before. Now I use it all the time. And it's great. Ooh, I also hope they buff elemental buildup with talismans and stuff. And like third parties, not third party, but you know, like alternate sources for elemental buildup. Because holy crap, they nerfed the shit out of that. Dang it, I'll try not to be caught. Because I was thinking like, because like with when you used like a elemental talisman to buff your weapon up to build some status, it was like, okay, cool. Like it took like some hits, especially if your omnial magic wasn't that high. You know, it took a good amount of hits, which is fine. But it would eventually build it up if you hit him enough times. But like, I was using, for instance, in Nioh 2, they introduced these crab enemies. The Bakagani. Bakagani, there we go. That's how you say it. And they were like basically allergic to electric damage. Like they really were. Like they hated it. I would put on the lightning talisman on my axe, hit them one time, and they would be have the electric status. Maybe hit them 2 times, just immediately. Which made sense because they're fucking crabs. But in this game, they don't get built up at all, and I'm like, what? Like I could not build it up, and I don't know if it is because of Amyo magic, and it's still pretty low. Like, it obviously takes some more testing when I eventually get it higher. But I was just like, yo, why is it nerfed this hard? Like, I can't do any electric damage to you. Like, I could get it if it just took a few more hits. That's one thing, but like, I was hitting it the entire time. The entire time I had the talisman up, I could not inflict it. And so, and I've heard people talk about how elemental damage has been nerfed. And I do hope that they buff it back at least a little bit, because it just makes it feel like it's useless. Like, I think they overcorrected. That would be a nice little fix that they could do. And I literally think like nobody would be upset with it. Literally nobody. Because some builds completely rely on elemental build-up. And if the idea was to make you have to rely on Amyo magic to do it, that sucks, because then you can't use Amyo magic for other things, and it's like it makes you try to be a Amyo like a magic build, and it's like, but like that's not what most players, like what a lot of players want to do, and so it's like it just goes at odds with a lot of other builds. So I hope that they just buff it. At least, like, not even, I don't even care if it's that much. Just buff it a little, just enough to where it actually works, and we don't feel like we're just wasting our time. Ooh, that is slow. Really? You think just we can turn around? Okay. Like on that spirit skill, the wind build-up on that is like better than me using a talisman. And I bet you if I actually invested in like wind build-up, wind damage, I bet you I probably could inflict the wind debuff on an enemy with just one use of that Guardian Spirit skill. Like I'm almost certain. But it's like in the past you never needed to put so much additional investment into build-up, like elemental build-up, like you do in this game. And I just don't understand what the idea is behind that. And I wish there had been a trophy to find all the handbooks, like to like learn all the skills. That would have been nice. Like with a lot of these trophies focused on you finding like a lot of things in the game. I wish they had, you know, just gone the whole way. You know, maybe like put a trophy to find everything, like literally everything. Like even like I don't know, like make us get a, you know, Crucible Wraith, find them all. You know, get the Soul Core, enhanced Soul Cores for every enemy. or like every non-boss enemy or something, you know. Because in Nioh 2 there was a trophy to find every single soul core in the game, you know, to obtain at least one, which was cool because it made you realize that there was two, I guess you could say, hidden ones in a sense, them being the Scampus and the Kadama, or Sudama, I don't know which one it was, and there was a Kadama. So it kind of led you to have to discover them, which was cool. And for some players, they didn't even know you could even get, like, otherwise they would have never even known you could get a Soul Core, a Scampus Soul Core, or a Sudama Soul Core. You know? So, it's just, I don't know, I feel like they could have done that with this game. But I also hope what they don't do, that they've always done, which always pisses me off, is when they do put out the DLC, is that they don't make all the trophies fucking bronze trophies. Gosh, I hate them doing that. Every game that they've had DLC trophies for, every single one, Nioh 1, Nioh 2, Wolong, even freaking Strangers of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin, which I'm also playing right now. It's like, it's nothing but bronze trophies. All of them bronze trophies. All of them. Strangers of Paradise has broken the mold with at least the first DLC having one silver trophy, but all the others are bronze. I don't know about the other two DLC expansions. I think they're all bronze as well. But either way, like, it's just this, I don't know what it is. Like, the game is, Team Ninja is just allergic to any other trophy type except bronze when it comes to the DLC. And I don't get it, and it just annoys me. Just as a trophy guy, it annoys the hell out of me. Especially when some of the trophies should have been higher. Like Nioh 1 and 2. I can't remember with Wolong. But Nioh 1 and 2, there's a trophy to do all the DLC missions on the third hardest difficulty. The third is up. Which was called either Way of the Demon or Dream of the Demon, depending on which game you're playing. And the third difficulty is kind of where the game really takes off its training wheels. Like, really starts to get challenging for most players. And so it's like, that trophy, at the very least, should have been a bronze or a gold. Or sorry, a silver or a gold. But nope, it's a bronze like every other trophy. And it's just like, why, guys? Come on, guys. Why? But again, this is just a trophy complaint. Anyways, oh, so that's the guy. This is the guy. He was not here in the demo. I don't remember who was, but it wasn't him. And I don't like him. Dang it, open. Because also his attacks are very hard to predict. You'll see him wind up, but it is very hard to predict. I do not like him. And on my first playthrough, he was smacking me around a little bit. But in the DLC, New Game Plus, he actually gets replaced with Enenra, the boss from Nioh 2, which I thought was a cool surprise. Like, in New Game Plus, it says that the game's supposed to, like, remix enemies, change enemy placements a little bit, you know, replace them with harder enemies, which they've done in the past games, which has been fine, which is great. But the main complaint has been, like, it's not a huge change. Like, it's not substantial. Which I can agree with. I was expecting, too, there to be way more changes. Like, I thought it was going to be completely remixed. Especially with it being an open world game. You know. But it's kind of been a bit, like, tame, I think is the best word to put it. But some placements have been actual substantial changes. And that one was pleasant surprise, because I'm like, yeah, just start throwing bosses at me. Just throw bosses at me. Like as if they're regular enemies. Just do that. Do that. That's what I'm here for. Especially for someone like myself, you know, especially for anyone who's like playing higher level, it's like we need the Amrita, because man, leveling up is like Mad Amrita you get in New Game Plus does not feel like a lot. Especially if you're like level 100 something in New Game Plus, which you should be. You know, like level 140, 150 or something like that. Like, you know, when you start New Game Plus, which is where you definitely should be at. As you're playing along, you're not getting a lot of Amrita, like, at all. You're not getting a lot of souls at all. Like, you can't be, you know, leveling up. Like, even if I'm playing the same amount of time I'm playing without leveling up, doing the exact same route, but, you know, just now New Game Plus, like, I'll probably be able to level up a good like at least 5 or 6 times by the time I get to the boss. Whereas in New Game Plus, I'm leveling up like twice, like 2, 3 levels, and I'm like, man, it feels like there's like a disproportionate amount of Amrita you're getting in New Game Plus, which feels weird. I don't remember that in the previous games. So I do hope that changes. Ooh, I got a gun. Hell yeah. It's party time now, y'all. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Now we got a gun. Oh, I will say, New Game Plus, the change that they did here was really funny. Instead of all these enemies here, it's just a line of skeleton warriors about to shoot you. Which I thought was kind of neat. I liked it. Oh, jeez. The thing I know about these guys is that they don't do really any damage to you, but when they get you in that grab attack, they lower your ki regen, which is basically your stamina regen, which is very annoying, especially when you're an axe user and all your attacks take like half your stamina. But either way, we're actually getting towards the end of this crucible here. There is not much left. So we are making our way just fine. I can't say for sure if I'll be able to do the boss in one try, but we'll get it for sure. Gosh, these fucking bees, man. My gosh, those bees are so annoying. You know, it's actually kind of surprising that they've never done a regular bat enemy, like a demon bat or something. I feel like that would be really easy to do. Or maybe that's exactly why they didn't do it, because it would be too cliche. Who knows? But either way, after this little area, we're actually going to be at the boss. I wish that there was like a special animation that you would get, like in Nioh 2, when you used a burst, when you did a burst counter, or like whatever they called it, like your guardian spirit counter, your yokai counter, I forget what they called it, but the yokai burst counter thing in Nioh 1 or Nioh 2, when you did that, and if you took out their stamina with that, you could actually do a very special move. Ooh, did I forget something? Oh, I did. Shoot, I forgot something. Oh, dang it, I gotta go back. Damn it. How far? Can I actually go all the way back? Oh, I was talking so much. I was yapping so much. I forgot something. I'm pretty sure I didn't get it. I'm almost certain I did not get it. It was back where I fought the giant enemy. I was supposed to go on the rooftop. Yeah, here. It's in here. But yeah, I think it was this. Yep, I forgot to do this. Wow, good thing I remembered. I mean, you can go back and get this later, but might as well just get it now. Yep, totally forgot about this chest. Okay. I think that was it, though. I can't think of anything else I might have missed. But, alright. Either way, better late than never. At least they finally gave us the quality of life feature where we don't use stamina while running if we're not in combat. Holy crap. Playing a game now, like, it kind of feels weird. Like, because some games, like Liza P even, which came out, what, 2023? I think? I don't think it was 2022. I think it was 2023. I think it was. But either way, like, I feel like that's long enough to where the game shouldn't have had it to where you used stamina while running. Like, I don't know if Elden Ring has it, but it's like now, I mean, if you're playing like a game, like a Souls game from like 2020 or later, it feels like that should just not be a thing anymore. Like, the two things that they should totally, like, that should be ubiquitous now is just pressing a button to run, not holding one, and then also not using stamina while you're running. Those two things should just be ubiquitous now across like all stamina-based action games. Like, it should just be mandatory now. Because, man, is it just so inconvenient. And it hurts, like, it sucks on your fingers too. Like, when you have to hold the run button, like, oh, so annoying. But anyways, we are here. We are here. We are at. This is where the boss is. We are here now. So, let us do some preparation. Let us use all our Amrita stuff. And I do realize I could also sell my equipment for some more Amrita. I'm not going to do that right now, but I know that I could. But anyways, okay, let's see here. I don't want that. Is it this? Yes, that's the one. I need that. That keeps your combo going, which is great. I don't need that. Here we go. Yep, that's the other one. That's the other one. That move, I don't know. I swear that was a low stance exclusive move in the previous games, but now it's not. And holy crap, I love it. Especially this one. Holy jeez. The water buildup in that move is ridiculous. Like, I'm a New Game Plus, and if I can hit that like twice, actually, I think it builds up even if they block it. But it just it will give them the water debuff, which I think makes them take increased damage. I think. It either that or it makes them do less damage. I think wind makes them do less damage. Water, I think, makes them take more damage. But either way, it gives them that debuff. It only takes like two of those to make it happen, and it's crazy. The buildup on this is insane. If this was electric, this would be broken. If this was electric, it'd be completely broken. Absolutely broken. Like, not even a contest broken. How broken it would be if it was electric. And maybe they'll do something in the later patches where you can actually like change the element, which that would be bonkers. Like, if you could change elements on some of the skills that have element damage, holy, that would be stupid. Like it'd be crazy awesome, but it'd be stupid at the same time. Either way, we're gonna mass spinner. Now, I'm gonna get this for now because I do need this so that I can get where's it at? Rage. here's the one that we need. That's the axe's bread and butter. That's the reason why people use, like, most people like axe. I've heard some builds will what they'll do is they'll run one other main weapon, like maybe they do dual katanas or something, or regular katana, but they'll have an axe as the secondary weapon so that they can activate rage first and then switch to their main back to their main weapon, because the buff is just it's not like it's not only active with only one weapon. It's just active whenever, all the time. And so they'll use that just so they can have that and then use the back to their main weapon, because the attack buff that you get is better than other forms of attack. But I think the only thing better than it was like the Carnage Talisman or the whatever that buff is that the blob yokai thing gives you. Those like the only two. Other forms of attack increase were not as good. Like that's how good rage is. So I'm getting this for now so that I can start, because I'll need to get this so I can get that later. But I can't get that till I do a certain this is a training mission that I don't unlock, that I don't have access to just yet. Let's see here. What else would I probably... I mean, I don't really need anything else. Like, if I'm being honest, there's probably... And I haven't really looked too deep into the axe skills. Maybe there's some new ones. Like, there could be some new ones that would be dope. But I just haven't... I haven't messed with them yet, so I don't really need anything else for the axe, because between the forward move and this Titanic Strength, I don't really need anything else, to be absolutely honest with you. Nope, I don't need that. I can't even get these anyways. So I guess I'll just flesh out the axe skill tree, but I don't really need it. And now we will... Yeah, I'll keep Rumbling Earth. That's just fantastic. Yep. Titanic Strength and then Victory Rush. Perfect. We are all set now. Oh, wait, is this the move? Maybe that's the one that I thought was a low stance. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. I have what I need. Okay. Did I get any Crucible weapon? Crucible axes? I did not. Bummer. Oh, but I got a better bow. Finally. Bullseye bonus. Heck yeah. Do we get any better... life recovery in the yokai round? Hey! Ooh, yeah, we'll put that on. Increase life when I deflect. Yes, please. We'll probably keep this one on, though. Just have increased Amrita in the Crucible, since I'll get more of that when I beat the boss. Which would better come in handy, because I'm fighting a boss. But, yeah, let's go ahead and... level up. How much should I go? 9 levels. Like 9 levels, right? 9 levels. If I was doing the exact same route, everything that I did, but in New Game Plus, I probably increased like 4. Maybe 5 if I'm lucky. Which is just wild to me. Let's see here. What do I want to do? So we got 9. Let me just do... Okay, let me put you to 10. And then that gives me 7 to work with. And I'll increase this to 8, so I can increase my crew recovery just a little bit. And put the rest in stamina. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that'll work. The other big reason why stamina is so important is because it's the only stat, maybe strength, but mainly stamina, that increases your capacity, your weight capacity. Like your weight limit, whatever. Like it's like the main skill to do that for. So it's like also a good skill that at least every samurai class needs to increase. And even as you can see, it even lowers it for ninja. So like it helps everybody. I mean, ninja needs it less, far less so, but it is important because it does give you more freedom to choose pretty much any gear you want the higher the weight limit is. You can start messing around with all types of gear because you don't have to worry about how much it weighs the higher this is. So it's just, I just don't know why there's such a big emphasis on it for the sets, for Axe, because you're already increasing it anyways because you need it for Axe, because that's like the heaviest equipment to have. So it's like, why is Kintaro's set bonus, like last set bonus benefit, based on strength? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. It just makes no fucking sense. It's so dumb to me. Like, it should be stamina. Maybe they're saving it for, maybe they'll bring the Obsidian gear set and we can actually do, and like maybe that one will have stamina. Maybe. I don't know. But I hope it changes because, man, is it annoying. This really isn't even that much better. For only 2 extra defenses, that's not better. But this is better. This is way better. We'll put that on. Ooh, I can actually put on different pants. That's good. Heck yeah. Okay, I can't put on anything else. I might actually grab this because those stats are... Because I already have another damage taken while attacking. So that'll stack. Oh, this already has it too. Never mind. This has it too. What's on here? Guard key. Okay. Yeah, but why not? Okay, cool. So we got a little more defense. Our damage is going to be the same though. We just still haven't gotten a better axe at all. So that's a bummer, but it is okay. We'll be alright. Oh, I didn't even change my soul cores. I haven't changed that at all. I mean, I still can only have one, but still, like, it at least increases my attack and defense. So, I'll at least put that on. Let's see, do I have anything else better than... Okay. That's fine. At least now I can just get rid of the other ones, though. Oh, I can't do that yet. Okay, never mind. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. We are ready to go. Let's just go ahead and activate our power talisman, and let's do this. I like this boss. I like this boss. She's challenging, but also deceptively not challenging at the same time. Like, I feel part of it is like, she just feels like she's a lot. I mean, she can be. I need the goddamn skill that makes it to where my skills don't get interrupted. Because boy, is that good. And that is some bullshit. And you did that when I couldn't attack. When I can't fight back. Ooh, I actually hit her in the crystal. That's dope. I love doing that on accident because it always happens to me like on accident. Cool. That was not a problem. And I also like how, like, because they do repeat a lot of the older games bosses, like Battle, like 1 and 2. Yes, they do get repeated throughout the game 3 times. And the new game bosses don't get repeated that much, except this one. But I like how they didn't bring her back until like late game. Then they brought her back for you to fight. So like at least they didn't like waste it per se. They didn't overuse it. And it was interesting because like not most of the other newer game, like this game's new bosses actually get replayed very often, which is interesting because I feel like they did more of that in Nioh 1 and 2, where you would refight them a few times throughout the course of the whole game. Like Onryoki, for instance. After you fight him in the first mission, you'll fight him, gosh, like 2 or 3 more times? No, 4 times, I think. Because he just shows up. No, he shows up twice in the Sekigahara mission. Yeah, he's like twice there. And then he's like, you fight like a huge souped up version of him in a side mission. And then you fight him amongst a few other bosses in like the final main game mission. Yeah, so you do fight him a few times, which is fine, it's cool. But they don't do that like really at all in this game. And I will find it interesting how they kind of use this woman, Nanotara, as like the focal point of the story of sorts. Like it's interesting, I like it. But then I also don't like it. Like it does feel, I don't know, Nioh's never really been strong on storytelling in the first place, but I don't know, I didn't really feel as entrenched as I did with Nioh 2. Like Nioh 2 actually had a few twists in his story towards the end of it, which was nice. But this story doesn't really feel as good. It's probably on par with Nioh 1, which Nioh 1 was fine. It's his, like, that story was fine as well. It is cool to see our boy Hataro or Hanzo again. But I think that's Hanzo the Demon, if I remember correctly. I think the biggest twist that this game had, at least for me, was it was interesting how. So I just thought they were just going to be just, you know, you have 3 regions and that's that. Just region 1, region 2, region 3, and maybe you'll do the last, you know, the finale in region 3 or something. But I will say at least the order of like the events was a bit surprising, which was nice, like pleasantly surprising, because you do region 1, region 2, and then you're in another region, and I was thinking like, is that it? But it wasn't, so that was great. And like the third region that you're in doesn't begin right away, so it's kind of cool. Like they make you, it does make you feel like you're kind of going with the motions of how a game normally would go, a very predictable, you know, kind of a very predictable progression. But then after the second region, things don't go exactly the way you expect it to. And from there, like, it's like, oh, okay, cool. Like, it felt really nice. It felt really dope. I do hope that with the DLC that comes out eventually, that I really hope that they'll be as big as these main game ones. I just hope. I hope so. Because with this game being an open-ish, you know, type of design, it kind of needs to be. Like, I would expect something. I mean, there's 2 expansions as opposed to 1 for something like Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree, or even Lies of P's Overture. But I still do hope that they're very you know, they're sizable expansions. You know, because Nioh 1 and 2, with their 3 expansions that they came out with, it was more focused on, like, it felt like there was more side missions than there were main missions. Like, there would be like 3 main missions in each of the main game's regions, and then you would have your set up side missions and stuff. And I felt like some of the expansions in Nioh 1 and 2, you would only get 2 main missions and then like a series of side missions, and like the total amount of missions you would have altogether between them was never, it was always a bit less than the main game. I always felt like it was a tad bit lacking, and so I'm just hoping, I'm praying and hoping, wishing that when, oh, there's a next trophy, guiding mirror. I'm hoping so much that we'll get like proper, like the 2 expansions that come out will be sizable, like fully fleshed out new regions to explore. Like I really hope that ends up being the case. Alright, so now that we're here in this like in-between world again, now we have all these buildings were not open before last time, but now they are. And the first place we're going to go to is the blacksmith, which I don't really, man, I don't, such mixed feelings on the blacksmith, man, like in this game, because in Nioh 1 and 2, the blacksmith was really only something for endgame players, honestly. It really was, because it gets complicated. It gets, this is where the depth of Nioh really comes into play. Like, there's like the depth of the combat, and then there's the depth of the gear, like the building, like your actual builds. And it all begins in the blacksmith. And it doesn't tell, I mean, granted, the game doesn't tell you much about how to use it correctly. Like, things might seem simple on like the surface here, like forge, is like crafting weapons and stuff, forging tools, which that's what it sounds like your items. You can forge items that you would use in the game. Remodeling is just making weapons look like other weapons. Oh wait, no, it's not. Sorry, it is to change the stats that a weapon is based off of. And disassemble is just taking apart items for gear, you know, for materials, for crafting, for further crafting. But you're gonna be able to do more. The thing is, the game will let you do that almost right away. Like, you do like a couple missions for her, and then once you fulfill them, you get access to pretty much everything you would do in the blacksmith. And I'm just like, man, I don't know why they opened that up for players, because that is just, okay, never mind, that's nothing. I'm just like, I don't know why. I really don't know why. Why would they open that up? Because that is just, there's so much depth to it that, like, I'm just like, most players aren't gonna play this for a second playthrough, and so it's like, it's so complicated for like first time players, because it's not the same as something like Dark Souls. It's not. The way the game goes about gear building is not the same. You know, there's so many synergies you need to put together that you can kind of get lost. You can definitely get lost in the sauce. You know, and I'm just like, I don't know if that's something you want to just throw out there for players. You know, it just feels like it's a lot. But that's what this game wanted to do. But now that we're here, we can actually open up the next set of training missions. So Hanzo will have one. Yep, there it is. We have the Ninja Novice. We can actually unlock 3. We can get the Ninja one, the Samurai, and the Nioh Magic one. And that will enable us to unlock more skills for our weapons. Like, I guess they call them martial arts, but either way, we can unlock more of them, which is fantastic. Oh, and this is where we can also do equipment sets, which is also another thing which I don't know why it's available to us right from the start, because that was also like traditionally a New Game Plus thing, because you're not really going to need much use for that right now. But it's also where you can change your... Wait, not here. Here. You can change the look of your armor. Like, it'll still have the abilities of your current armor. It'll just look different. So for me, personally, like, I don't like the look of this axe, but I could change it to make it look, you know, like this, if I wanted to. I don't want to, but I could. I don't like that either, but... Like, I'm a big fan of, like, the Ryomen Sakuna axe, the Obsidian axe. I like those axes, like, the really smooth, nice, big ones. With, like, a very nice, smooth blade to them. I like those. Because I also feel like it's a bit easier to, like, hit weak points on the head. I think that's just a me thing, a cope thing. But I like to think that it does, so... Anyways, but we'll do those later. Yeah, we will do those next time. But for now, I think that's going to wrap up this stream. So yeah. We made some good progress. We cleaned up a good chunk of the early game. We did the first major mission, fought the first major boss. So when we get back, we'll end up traveling back in time to the current time that we were in, progress through the main plot, open up more of the map, and just start exploring more, leveling up, going crazy, finding all the collectibles, just improving our build, improving everything, and then just wrecking everything that comes in our path. Now that we have the skills that we have the other couple skills that I was missing, there's really nothing in my way now. Like, I am going to demolish everything. So, and look forward to that. I will stream whenever I can again. But until then, I'll see you all next time, and goodbye.